Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nusa Capital, coming to you from the Southern Hemisphere on another warm, very, very, very warm early evening. Or should I say late evening, I beg your pardon. Or early night is what I wanted to say. Anyway, this is just bringing you another in the series of the rough and ready crypto analysis. And as always, we start off with Bitcoin. First things first, as you can see in this area here, plenty of volume, so hence a lot of activity. Bitcoin overall, if you look from around November last year till right now, Bitcoin is really trading sideways. There have been a little up and down movements, as you can see, but really overall it's trading sideways, as you can see. Notice that there are no areas of supply, which is kind of surprising, but there's an overlap in the areas of demand here. Now, you may have heard people like Arthur Hayes, no disrespect to him, talking about Bitcoin going all the way down to about 75, 76,000, right down here. Now, if you remember, in previous episodes, I have told you how it could get here. It means that, first of all, the price of Bitcoin has to break through both this area here and this area here. As you can see, these are two rectangles here that are overlapping. Both areas are areas of supply. This area here at about 88,700. This area here is more or less of support. And back in the last month on the 13th, you can see that the price came all the way down. It didn't even quite touch it completely, but it started going back up, as you can see. It's going to take a lot to push this price below this area here. We are talking about, for it to actually think of getting to something like 76, it means the price has come all the way down to about 86. Now remember what I said about volume profiles. When you see this kind of area here, sparse of volume, it means that whether the price is going up or down, it goes through quite quickly. It just basically zooms up or zooms down, depending on what direction, what trend is dominant at that particular time. So it's going to take a hell of a push downwards to actually push it down all the way down to 76. So I don't think it's going to get anywhere there. I think that the worst case scenario, some are positing about 91. Worst case scenario, ladies and gentlemen, worst case scenario, I would say 88,700. Worst case scenario. I can't see it falling below that. I just can't. Because it's going to take a lot. Because when it gets here, I promise you the institutions are going to be buying like crazy. There isn't an institution out there that wouldn't want to buy at about 88. Also, just bear in mind, just very quickly, if I switch over to this area here, and we start to begin to look at the liquidation map. All these things you see here, these are liquidations at about 100 times leverage or 50 times leverage. And this is the current price, this red arrow here. And here, if you look at the highest point here, that's at about 100,000. Just over almost 101,000, about 100,842. Now, the institutions, the market makers, have been hunting for liquidity. Don't be surprised if you see the price come all the way down to about 100, 520, 527. Don't be surprised, or even if it goes a little bit lower. And this is hunting the longs here. These are the shorts on this side here, and if it was to hunt, the highest point here is 102,837. I suspect that if the price goes up, we could go up as far as about 104, 105 from where it, from where it stops. That is when it takes out this stop here. When it takes out these leverage areas here. So I suspect that it would go about to about 105, and by that time, new areas of leverage would have been formed. So it also depends, and that does not mean that the market makers won't push the price up. They very well could. So expect it. So watch out for these. Watch out for the liquidation areas. That could tell you, and you as a trader, you could actually make a little bit of money. No financial advice, of course, but you could if you wanted to. by trading those prices. Anyway, let's just put on our Ichimoku very quickly and do that as always. And as you can see in the Ichimoku, the cloud here is trending sideways, which is why you see something like the Kijun-sen flat. And when it flat, that means that the price action is sideways. As you can see, it's also sideways. The Chikou span is caught up within the price action here. I think the price action is here. This might be a sign actually, because this is right on top of the price. When you see the Ichimoku do this, when you see the Chikou span, I beg your pardon, do this, that means this is going to act as support. Hence, the price will not be falling too low or not fall at all. Instead, it will start going back up. Tenkan-sen, that's the blue thing. The blue line here is above the Kijun-sen, which is your orange line here. That means that, Tenkan-sen above the Kijun-sen, that's also bullish. And everything that we're looking at is above the cloud. So this is definitely bullish. Keep an eye out on the liquidation areas, as I've said, and I think you do just fine. Ultimately, prices are still going to about 123. Many have posted 130, but we'll wait and see how that goes. Okay, so let's move to the next thing here, which is Binance. And as you can see, Binance is also trading sideways, but with a lot more volatility than even Bitcoin. I mean, look at all the wicks. Look at the wicks. Look at the wicks on all the candlesticks. This shows you high level of volatility. Let's see if we can draw. Should we start here or should we start here? Let's see what we can. Got that, and we can say something from here. Almost sort of triangle, which also indicates that we could expect the price, I think, to actually go up. We've got a massive area of supply here. I can't see the price of down here is a massive demand, an area of demand here. In other words, a buying area. I think institutions looking to accumulate, or even you as a retail trader looking to accumulate some Binance, if you're into the coin, you've got a big chunk here. And that is between 607 and 646. So if prices come down here, this would be a nice accumulation area here for you to actually buy something and stack. Now, going up, we've got this massive area here, which is between 705 and 745. It's an area of supply, which means that institutions are probably selling, as well as those who've gone in quite early to take their profits. So it might be a sign. So keep an eye on that. Let's quickly have a look at our Ichimoku. Ichimoku again, if you look at it, our cloud is pointing downwards, showing the kind of bearish signs. Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen is above the Tenkan-sen. That's definitely bearish. Look at the excuse me. Look at the price action. Price action is trading sideways, and then look here. Look at your Chikou span just peeking out of the cloud. So these are literally under the cloud, hence bearish. So I wouldn't be surprised if the price comes all the way down into this area here, but I don't think it's going to fall below 607. Look to actually try and accumulate some for yourself. And I promise you that this area here, institutions who want to accumulate Binance will be buying at this area. So you can watch that very closely. And then let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum also trading sideways. Not as bad. Two areas of supply here, here, and here. Remember, areas of supply, a lot of people are actually selling. Some level of volatility, but not as bad as Binance, of course. Of course, there's a degree of volatility you can see from the wicks, but not as bad as Binance, of course. Price action, here's the point of control, which most of the price action happens in this area here. A far more mundane situation here on Ethereum. areas of supply up here, and our area of demand is right down here. Now, worst case scenario, if anything so bad happens, I can't see Bitcoin, I can't see Ethereum falling below this level here. So we are looking at, let's see if we can draw something from about, let's just draw that. Let's just have a look at what it looks like. It's not accurate, but you're looking at about almost 2661, almost like 2670, something like 2660. I can't see it falling, but if it does, because this is dangerous, it's already tried once. It's falling all the way down to about 2913. Remember what I said about this area here. This area here is quite dangerous for Ethereum, and so it won't surprise me that if the price tests this area, it might come all the way down to this area here to about 2670 or something like that. But we'll have to wait and see. I think now's the time to be cautious and just watch the prices and watch the areas you're very happy to come into. Also, let's have a look here. Let's just do that. Let's draw that there. I think that at $3,000, let's say about $3,000, I think that Ethereum wouldn't fall below that, or at least market makers or retail or even institutions would not allow it to fall through that area if it's beneficial to them. But if anything happens, we're looking at about 2670. I doubt that very much, except something really dramatic has to happen for that to fall that far. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Ichimoku. Again, our cloud from Trinidad angle is now gone sideways. 10% above the Kijun-sen, that's bearish. Look at the cloud. All the cloud is under the price action is under the cloud, and here you have your Chiku span just about to peek out of the cloud there. So this is definitely bearish. Don't be surprised if you see a further fall, or you might see some increased volatility but still trading sideways. But as I said, watch out. Once it doesn't fall below this area here, then I think we should be just fine. Okay. Next, let's go to Solana. Solana is one of those very weird, it's just some kind of, it's almost as if one doesn't even know how to trade this damn thing anymore, But Solana is interesting. Look at the volume profile. The volume profile is fairly even, right up from the head to toe. An area of supply is here between, let's see, between 246 and 260. I suspect that Solana will be trading anything between 190 and 260. There's going to be a bit of volatility. If you can see, there's quite a bit of volatility. If you look at the wicks, you can see how long these wicks are on these candles up here. So expect that. I won't be surprised if it won't surprise me excuse me, if Solana comes all the way down to about, even here, maybe 200. It won't surprise me at all, but there's a danger if it comes here, it might come into this area of demand. But I promise you, worst case scenario, area of demand, worst case scenario, about 182. Worst case scenario. But I doubt that very much. But if anything happens, if it falls to 182, under $200, as I've said before, it's a buying opportunity. And Solana is one of the strongest cryptocurrencies, with about 70% of all total crypto transactions taking place on that particular platform. So one should be looking for every buying opportunity. For those of you that missed out, just watch again. If it falls below $200, it's a buying opportunity. I strongly recommend that you take full advantage. And again, as always, no financial advice. Okay, let's have a look. Look at the cloud. Cloud trades sideways here, went up and then trades sideways again, all below this area of supply. As you can see, 10% above the Kijun-sen, which is a bearish sign. I beg your pardon, a bullish sign. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. It's definitely bullish. 10% and Kijun-sen are above the cloud. Price action is also above the cloud. As you can see, Chiku span came in, went out of the cloud and came back into the cloud. I suspect that this is going to come out. This is definitely bullish, but expect to see the price of Solana ranging, trading sideways, and then trading anywhere between 200 and about 260. Expect that, because this is definitely what this is showing. Expect some level of volatility. And for those of you who have been trying to trade perpetuals, I'm sure you'd have noticed that there was at one point, particularly last month, it was almost impossible to trade perpetuals on Solana, because 1 second it's bullish and the next minute it's bearish. But we are traders. We work our way through these things. Okay, what's next? So let's have a look at SUI. SUI is one of the best performing crypto instruments out there. Volume is fairly even across, except in this area here and a little bit here. This is not too bad, but this area here can be quite dangerous. But as you can see, there's a very strong level of support here in this buying area. Buying area is between $3.27 and $3.50. I can't see it falling anywhere below that, and if it does, it's going to quickly rebound. So watch out for this. It's a big opportunity. I mean, if the price area comes all the way into the area of demand, it's a buying opportunity. For the first time in a long time, we now have an area of supply, which is not too bad. I mean, area of supply is somewhere between 471 and 497. Not too bad. I don't see any reason why the price of SUI shouldn't recover and get back to this area. I suspect that we're going to have one more downturn before we're going back up. Chances of us coming all the way down to about 197 are literally out. We could see the 230s if we break anywhere under $3.15. That could be dangerous. I don't see it happening, but it could be dangerous. Remember, we're dealing with probabilities here. We're not dealing with certainties. So look for opportunities. As I said, SUI is going to be a very good instrument to own and to trade. So watch out for those opportunities as they come along. Just putting on our Ichimoku very quickly. For the first time in a while, you can see that the price action is now under the cloud. Cloud is still trading at an angle. A slight sideways trading is a sideways cloud has just started to form in this area here. Price action under the cloud. Kinji-sen is above the Tenkan Sen. That tells us that's bearish, but the Tenkan Sen is also now under the cloud. We can see that Chiku span is caught inside the cloud. This is not strongly bearish, but it's still weakly bearish enough for you to pay attention. There's still massive opportunities with SUI. I suspect that SUI will make one more run down to this area of demand before trading back up. And still going back to I believe it will surpass its all-time high. So please watch out for that. Patience is the key here. Remember, these are all areas of everything to do with the crypto and everything. In fact, any instrument that you trade on the market, it's all to do with patience and you watching, knowing where you want to enter any particular trade, and being cognizant and paying attention, and of course, infinite patience so that you can get exactly what you want that suits you. Okay, so let's look at what's the next thing. Let's look at WIF. Now, I did talk about WIF. There's still a danger of WIF coming all the way down to 97 cents. WIF is currently $1.05, and it's looking extremely, I mean, look at that. It's just all the way down, lower highs, lower lows. Plenty of areas of supply here, as you can see. And there's a danger. I did say that there is a danger of if it breaks this area here. I think it was about 135 or something. I think I said you'll have to look at my previous video and that to remind yourself of what I had said in that area there. But there's a danger. It's looking too strong. Look at that candle. Look at this last candle here. Look at this area here. Somebody tried to get it pushed back up. Look at how positive, but that didn't work. It's coming down even further. Don't be surprised if it comes all the way down to start trading at about 97. Let's have a look at the weekly very quickly. And it looks like, oh dear, it actually almost surpassed. Yes, it did. It went below, just below its all-time low of 99. You have to watch this one. If you're into whiff, keep an eye out. It might be a beautiful opportunity. Let's just see very quickly. You know what? Let's go back to the daily very quickly. And then let's do this. And then let's put Ichimoku. Let's do that quickly. And then we can go back to what we were looking at earlier. Again, the Ichimoku is telling you everything you need to know. Our cloud is at an inclined angle facing downwards. Kijun Sen is above the Tenkan Sen. Price action, although trading sideways, this might be its limit. I don't be surprised if it falls even further. And of course, the Chiku span is running free, as you can see. Everything all under the cloud and all pointing downwards. This is very severely bullish. I beg your pardon, it's severely bearish. I don't know what's wrong with me today. My apologies again. This, everything under the cloud indicates that this is bearish. And you should watch out. It might be a buying opportunity, but this may go down even further. It might come to its all-time low of about 90. What was it? 90, as I said, 97. Don't be surprised if that happens. Do not be surprised if that happens. Now, I was trying to. Let's go back to the weekly. Okay. And okay, let's do that. And then let's see if we can. I think there's a double top pattern, if I'm right. I think, is it? This looks like a double top here. Let's see, but it's not appearing here. So let's go back to the daily. If it appears, let's see if it appears there. Does it? No, it doesn't. But I thought it might. But it does look like, if you look at the weekly, it does look like a double top there, here, and then here. It looks like that, but okay. Anyway, as I've said, whiff is definitely bearish. No question about that. Next, we look at Moodeng. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you would have seen some stuff I've put out about Moodeng. And Moodeng is here, as you can see. We've got a double top there. And the double top got a target further right down. Price of 0.0029, but I would ignore that if I were you. The danger here is it coming all the way down to its point of control. This is severely bearish, as you can see. Areas of supply galore, not a single blue area. No areas of demand at all. So do not be surprised. I was worried and I said, don't be surprised if it comes down all the way down to 8. It's come all the way down to 9.50. 9 cents 50. So don't be surprised if it comes all the way down to about 8 cents something. The all-time low is at 0. After that, it's going to be around here, which is about 6 cents. If we put our Ichimoku on, hide that for now. As you can see, look at that cloud inclined, pointing downwards. Kijun Sen is above the Tenkan Sen. Although the price is trading sideways, all that is under the cloud, as well as your Chiku span. Your Chiku span, once it runs free, it means uninterrupted. That means that there's a possibility of it going even lower. And I told all the Moodeng holders to watch out. If you haven't bought Moodeng, this might be an opportunity for you to buy. If you've bought at a later, higher price, then you're going to have to be very, very, very patient. In order to, you're just going to have to sit it out and wait to see if the price recovers. To at least get your money back or break even. So, I see that not not much good news for anyone here, which is a bit sad. I don't tend to spoil anybody's mood. And finally, let's look at MSTR. We're just going to look at MSTR today. We're not going to look at HODL or anything else. And again, MSTR is trading at there, right just above its area of demand. Many of you may recall, I took a position to trade for it to come down as far as about 280. It came to about 285 and then went back up, so I missed out on that trade. I've said this before. Plenty of areas of demand down here, including this one here, and of course an area of supply. So even if it starts going back, we've still got this area to deal with, even if the price starts going back up. Let's have a quick look using Ichimoku. And you can see that the Tenkan Sen is above the Kijun Sen. Kijun Sen is flat, which is why you see the price action trading sideways. Although the price action as well as the Kijun Sen are all out under the cloud. This is very, very weak. This is weekly bearish, very weakly bearish. I won't be surprised if it comes into this area here or even goes a little bit lower at about 280. Now, if it goes down to 280, I'll be a very happy man. It means I can get back in the trade. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. So if you're trying to trade MSTR, you got to watch it. And remember, where Bitcoin goes, so does MSTR. So there we have that. I don't know. I did put something out on GRIFFAIN. Let's just have a glance at GRIFFAIN. Excuse me. And look at GRIFFAIN. Look at it. Look at that. Look at how strong. Look at it. Look at this last candle here. Look at how strong it is. Going downwards. I did say if GRIFFAIN holds above 19, we might be safe. We've fallen below 19 now. 21 is where the point of control is. So only God knows where this is going. This looks too strong going downwards. Let's have a look at the Ichimoku. And this is not a very good formation. So let's go down to the 4 hour. I think we'll be able to see it better. And this is the 4 hour. And we've seen everything we need to know. Cloud pointing downwards, as you can see here. Volume, although volume profile is fairly even right across the price ranges. We've got Kijun Sen above the Tenkan Sen. Price action heading downwards. Chiku span running free. Everything below the cloud. Strongly bearish. You've got to watch this one very, very closely. If you've taken a position at a much higher price, excuse me, you are going to have to be very, very patient. Very patient on this one. Don't be surprised if it falls even lower. This trend is way too strong. It's getting to the weak low here. This is a weak low. So maybe we just get here and go back up, but we'll see. It could easily break this. So for those of you who don't have any GRIFFAIN, this is a perfect opportunity to actually buy. It's one of those AI agents. It might be worth it. Who knows? But this price falling so dramatically, I think it might require that one does some more fundamental investigation in this to see if there's any major thing. Maybe there's been something that's happened or something is wrong. You know, just to know what's going on with it. You know, just that might be a better idea, just to see what's going on with it. If there are any problems or not. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's me. If there's anything you'd like to see me cover, somebody asked for GRIFFAIN, that's why I'm covering GRIFFAIN today. If there's something you'd like me to cover, please let me know. I'll do that. Please like and subscribe. It helps me, helps the algorithms to get to see me. And As I said, please subscribe. That also helps. And I think that's just about it. Yeah, I think I've covered just about everything. Anyway, as always, keep your eyes and ears open, ladies and gentlemen, and you're trading sharp. Have a good one. Bye.